Okay, so the video got cut off because I went over 10 minutes, but in this area I have like Max Fix Plus right here, which is, it's not something that I really like particularly, but it works on people with dry skin, because it kind of livens their skin up, makes it look a little bit more dewy and, you know, natural looking. So I use that for that. And you have to have a face primer, so I use Max Skin Visage right here. It is from the Prep and Prime Color Ready line that came out last April, I believe. Again, I'm not trying to show that, you know, I only use MAC products or whatever, but the fact of the matter is that I do get a discount at MAC, so for me it just makes more sense unless I find a product that I really like elsewhere. In which case I definitely would get that. It's not like MAC is the end-all be-all. And then over here I have like a moisturizer by Clinique for dry skin, and this is the most important thing. It's just, you get these little containers at, you get these little containers at MAC, and I've labeled mine brush cleanser, and this is almost over. I need to put more in, but I have put in a brush cleanser for your brushes in here. If you have downtime between clients, you can always clean your brushes if you need to, or sometimes you'll realize that a certain client requires, you know, dark smoky eyes, and you might want to use that same brush on somebody else later on, but you can't really go back and use a light color with that brush if you have already used such a dark color, so you can cleanse that, you know, take care of that really quickly. But for that you need to also have paper towels or Kleenex, because you need to kind of wipe it off somewhere. So yeah, that's really about it. Let me see. Okay. I think that's about it. I can't really think of anything else that you would need. This is how I store my stuff right now, and I've had this for about 2 years. It's really, really great. My only qualm with this is the fact that you have to pick it up like this, and this thing like weighs more than I do, so it becomes kind of heavy and burdensome for your hands after a while. But that's why I want to get the MAC Zucca bag now, so that it's like a strolling thing, so it's not gonna weigh me down. But I'm going to show you guys my brush belt and where I keep my pigments and stuff really quick. Okay, so I'm going to move you guys back down again. Okay, so for right now I just use this for my pigments because I find it the easiest. It's just like a little box thing that I got at Target for like $5 or $6. Some of my pigments from NYX, I have put them into different jars because I didn't think the jars that they came in were very user-friendly. Then I also have a few, you know, eyeshadows in here that I don't necessarily want to take up space by putting them into the kit over there, because you can see how much space little pots and stuff take up. And things like that. This is really easy. Also, you'll realize as time goes on, like I bought all of these pigments thinking they're such unique colors and they're so pretty, but in terms of time, pigments do not really work well. You're going to end up using a lot more palettes than pigments, because you have to foil them, which means that you have to dip it into some kind of water to make it stick properly to get the best effect. So generally you'll realize the makeup artist, you're not going to have the whole day to really do makeup, you know, so you're going to have to hurry it up, and you'll realize, I mean, you'll figure out what you need to do to make things go faster. For me, the face portion doesn't take a very long time. I know exactly, you know, what kind of concealer I want to use, what kind of foundation, so that goes pretty fast, but eyes do take a longer time for me, so for that I have learned that palette's the way to go. Then in here I have my brush guards. These I used a lot at first before I got a brush belt, because it was the way to keep your brushes safe, you know, but now that I have a brush belt I don't really use that much. But it's a great thing to use once you wash your brushes and you want the bristles to dry in the same way that it was before, not dry in like a different shape. But this is my brush belt for MAC. So it's right here. This is $45 on the Pro website, and it is completely necessary. Before I had this, I used to just take my brushes in this big old like black bag type of thing and just like find brushes through there. But once you have this and it's strapped onto your waist, which it will be because it has this, then it's just so much easier. All you have to do is look down. You can see the tops of all of your brushes, so you know what each brush looks like, the thickness of it, things like that. So it's easier to find. It's very easy to figure out what you need. And the way I've set this up is the left side has all my face brushes, so it has like foundation brushes like these, and I have a bunch. These are the ones that I actually like a lot better than this one, because this brush right here feels like you're painting things on, whereas this one kind of pushes the product more into your face. And then I have, you know, stippling brushes right here. This is my favorite powder brush in the whole world, like to use all the mineralized skin finishes and translucent powder. It's just a brush by Sephora. It's just powder. It's called Le 50, and it's a really, really great brush. This is a really good brush for concealer. This is the MAC 192. You need to, I mean, concealer looks really good if you use your fingers, but not all clients are going to let you use your hands. So that's a good brush. It's kind of bigger, so it does the work a lot faster. Because again, you're on a time limit, so you have to figure out how to, you know, make her look good in a very short period of time. Over here I have eye brushes over here, but the rest of mine are being washed right now, so this thing isn't really packed at the moment. But I have, you know, a mixture of Sigma and MAC brushes, but to be honest, Sigma brushes are just as good as MAC, so if you don't want to spend like $30 per brush, you should definitely check out sigmamakeup.com and get brushes from there. They're very, very good. And so I have like the Sigma 252 right here, you know, 224s. Generally this section up here is all 217s and 224s because those brushes are just really good. My favorite is the 217 though, by far. Angle brushes right here for like eyeliner, things like that. Also definitely get a synthetic brush like this for paint pots and any type of primer, because again, I mean, your hands will kind of give you a better finish and coverage, but not all clients will let you do that, because the way I look at it is that brushes were made for things that your hands aren't going to be allowed to do. So then I have a few random brushes that I really don't use. Oh, look at the shape of that. I should have used my brush guard for this one. This is a highlight brush that you would use on the side of your face. Okay, so I hope that was helpful, you guys. Thank you for requesting this. Keep the requests coming, I promise. I always get like to all of them. And if you have any more questions, let me know. Bye!